How can the season be over when it hasn't even begun? Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully, you're all having a good weekend. We are 11 days out from opening day. I'm super excited. I hope you are too. Before I begin, I wanted to send a special shout out to Richie Garcia from Empire State of Baseball. He jumped on with myself and Uncle Tats from the Pinstripe Chronicles podcast and yesterday in the morning, and we had a great conversation. If you guys have not subscribed to their channels, please subscribe to their channels. They do great stuff over there. And check out the live stream we did. It was a great live stream. Again, good discussion, great conversation. The chat was on fire. It was a good time. All right, so please check those channels out. And please subscribe to my channel. If you are new to this channel, I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. It would mean a lot to me if I can get to 500 by opening day. That is my goal right now. All right, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the starting rotation for the New York Yankees. Okay, now as you know, their ace, Gerrit Cole, he's going to be out. Okay, the good news is he's not needing Tommy John surgery, but he's not going to be pitching for 3 to 4 weeks. He's not going to throw a ball. He's going to rest his elbow. He has inflammation in his elbow. As far as his timetable to return, they're saying 10 to 12 weeks. All right. So we're looking about, 2 or 3 months from now, but we'll see how it all turns out. It depends on how he heals, how he progresses. And as long as there's no setbacks, which I hope there isn't. Okay. Now, is there a cause of concern with Cole not being in the starting rotation? Definitely. Is it going to affect the Yankees in a way, especially with the rotation? Absolutely. They're without their ace, but it's only temporary, right? Based on the reports, it's only temporary. Now, is this a test for the starting rotation? Absolutely. All right, the starting rotation needs to prove that without Gerrit Cole, that they can carry this team. They can carry each other. They can carry themselves, right? They're not going to be able to do it alone. Of course, the bats need to wake up. The bats need to play well. And going into 2024, do I feel better about this team? 100%. 100%. I know there's a lot of fans who are panicking because Gerrit Cole is going to be out for a little while, but I don't think it's a time to panic yet. Personally, but that's just me. Maybe I'm being a little too optimistic. I don't know. You tell me. Again, when the Gerrit Cole news first broke out, I was a little worried. Of course, especially when it comes to an elbow, that's nothing to mess around with, right? The worst case was just he was going to need Tommy John surgery, and now they were going to be without Gerrit Cole. If they were without Gerrit Cole, for a full season, I would be worried. I wouldn't say the season was over, but I would be worried. But it's time for the rest of the rotation to step up. And as far as spring training goes and how the starting rotation has looked, I don't think they look too bad. Yeah, there's been a few games where they were knocked around, but in other games, they looked good. Okay. Now, Carlos Rodon. Unfortunately, we all know what happened in 2023. He was hurt the whole year. Let's face it. He had no spring training. It took him a while to heal, and he did pitch in some games at the minor leagues. Came up and then made his season debut around July, but it did not work out the way we had hoped, and it was just a bad 2023. It was just a bad season for him. It was a very unsuccessful season for him. All right. But here we are now. He's pitching in spring training where he didn't do that last year. There were some games, yes, he got, knocked around. He gave up some home runs, but and there are other in those games too, right? He's looked good. He's pitched well. He gets those strikeouts. He gets out of the innings. So that does give me a little hope. All right. And hopefully he can show that, he can show that he is the pitcher he is, especially with what the Yankees are paying him. All right. Now let's talk about Marcus Stroman. He's another pitcher. Yeah, he got knocked around a couple of times, right? But other games he's looked good too. He's pitched well. I liked some of the stuff that I saw from him and some of the games that he played. I liked what I saw from him. And it's time for him to have that bulldog mentality and show that he can pitch well under pressure and in the bright lights. And he is going to be pitching at Yankee Stadium when the Yankees have their home opener. All right. And he was asked to pitch against Houston, but decided he didn't want to do that because he didn't want to mess up his schedule and his regimen, which I understand. You have to respect that. Pitchers know their own body; they know how they recover, and we got to respect that. Okay. Nestor Cortez, he is a question mark. At least for me, he is. So he was shut down last year with shoulder issues. He didn't pitch well. That did not look good at all. Did not look good at all. But this spring training, there was on and off, right? There was some games where his pitches did not look right, and I don't know if it's his shoulder. And there were some games where he looked pretty good. He was getting himself out of jams. Okay, now he is getting the call for the season the season opener against the Houston Astros. So this is a test for him to really show us fans that he is the Nestor Cortez that we all saw in 2022. All right. And hopefully he brings it. Hopefully the Yankees, beat the Astros in Houston. It'll be a nice start, but we will see how that all plays out. Clark Schmidt. All right. Now let's talk about Clark Schmidt. 2023, when he first started out, it was a struggle. He was struggling big time. Absolutely. But he turned it around. And he was the only other dependable pitcher in the starting rotation outside of Gerrit Cole because of injuries to the other pitchers in the rotation or, personal problems that like guys like Domingo Germán were having, right? But Clark Schmidt was durable. He came through. He actually pitched pretty well after, the first couple of months of struggling. But that's when Gerrit Cole kind of took him under his wing, guided him, and made him better, right? And of course, made Matt Blake, being the pitching wizard that he is, helped him out a lot too, right? Now, as far as who the number 5 starter is going to be, now if I had to guess, the Yankees are probably going to look within their own organization as far as the number 5 starter goes. Honestly, at this point, we could forget about the free agent signing of any free agent pitcher. We can forget about a trade, but you never know. But I'm fully confident that they'll probably go with somebody within their own organization. And Luis Hill could be that guy who's looked fantastic. Clayton Beater could be that guy who's looked great too. But we will see. We will see. We don't know. All right. But the starting rotation, this is a time right now for them to show us that they can do this without Gerrit Cole. And they're not going to let one player determine their performance, right? When a player goes down, other players need to step up, right? Now, if it was multiple players that went down, I could understand getting into a panic mode. I get that. And I know it's Gerrit Cole. I know he's the ace. But without the ace, these guys need to step up. We can't have it to where when one player goes down, the whole team collapses. All right. We cannot have that. So this team is better equipped. They're better built going into the season. So they should be able to hold their own. Right. And that's me feeling good, feeling confident. I have that optimism. I hope you do too. But you all tell me what you think. Do you all feel good about this starting rotation, even without Gerrit Cole? Do you think they'll be able to carry each other, carry themselves? All right. Is that chemistry going to be there amongst them? All right. Are the bats going to be able to back up the pitchers and give them the run support that they need? Right. Is this team going to be able to click this year? Because going into 2024, I think there's definitely a lot better chemistry, and we have seen that. 2023, not so much. But you all tell me what you think. All right, that's what I wanted to share with you. I wanted to get kind of vent about that. Well, you all tell me what you think. Um, Tell me if I'm right or wrong. How do you feel? All right. So that's all I got for now. If any other news comes out, I'll definitely let you know. So if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video, share this out with anyone you know. I would greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time.